Welcome to the April 13th, 2026 regular meeting of the City of Coolidge City Council. Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Norma, would you call the roll, please?
Yes, Mayor. Councilmember Tom Bagnell.
Present.
Councilmember Audrey Saavedra. Here. Councilmember Steve Hudson.
Here.
Mayor John Thompson.
Here.
Councilmember Ian Gillespie. Vice Mayor Tatiana Murrieta. Here. And Councilmember Tom Shope. We have a quorum, Mayor.
Thank you, Norma. There are no presentations at this time, so move in the public hearings. Item 3, to receive public comments on a portion of land located in Section 15, Township 6 South, Range 8 East of the Gila and Salt River Basin Meridian, Pinal County, Arizona, known as the Christensen Story Annexation.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council. Okay, the first item tonight is a public hearing for the annexation. We've named it Christian Story Annexation. You can see by the area maps, the city of Coolidge borders it on pretty much all sides. This was a county island to begin with, so we've taken away some of that county island and left 2 smaller county islands. The owners of the properties, they're separate owners. The large properties is owned by the Neelys, and the 4 small is owned by Jimmy Garmel. Has some other land around town. And I think the representative who brought it before us is here. Tim? Yeah, Mr. Hanson Engineering brought this before us, so if you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them.
When this comes in, what's it going to be? What's the zoning designation going to be on it if it gets annexed in?
It'll be I-2 zoning. Is
Okay.
that correct, Tim? Yeah. Well, it'll be the current zoning that it is, but when we rezone it, it'll be under I-2. So right now, it's just, it's ag.
Hey,
It's ag zoning,
Yeah.
and they'd have to come back to P and Z and council to rezone to I-2. The general plan shows I-2, so I believe. Is that correct, Phil?
I guess that's what I'm trying to get at is
Oh, it's a stinger.
what could it possibly be?
Oh, okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so we got too many going on. So rezoning, it'll be R1. Oh, that's Jimmy's. There we go. There it is. Nope, still not the right one.
Because it's general rural in the county,
Still the
right?
right one.
Mayor Thompson, council, the current county zoning is industrial zoning. And so when the city annexes it, it assumes a comparable zoning, which in the city is I-2. It's industrial in the county, it will come into the city as industrial too, which is basically the same as the stuff across the rail and near there.
But then they could come in and if they didn't want to do anything with it that way, they could ask to get it rezoned, right?
They don't really need it rezoned. They have industrial zoning now, annexing would
Okay.
yield the same.
Okay.
The desire to annex is based on the reputation the city of Coolidge has built for being development friendly, which you hear a lot, but the city has proven that's not just lip service.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we knew what the zoning was.
Yes.
And this did get, planning and zoning did look at this and they did pass it, right?
No, this does not go for.
This
planning and zoning.
didn't come before them?
No, only council.
Okay. Somebody have any questions?
I just got one clarification I need. It says it's a 2-owner annexation, but we've got the railroad in there as well, so do they not count as an owner? Or,
Commissioner, or, sorry, I was at a commission meeting last week. Councilmember Bagnell, the railroad does count as an owner. Technically, they never sign anything. If either one of the property owners want to do it on their own, they won't be able to exceed the 50% threshold.
right,
But together, they rule the railroad, vote out, and the railroad doesn't care. They just don't sign. It doesn't matter to them anyway.
And we
Doesn't
have the
mean
other-
anything more
We have
to
the
us.
upper and lower portions of the railroad already annexed into the city also.
Correct.
This kind of just closes it off.
For any of the historic annexations the city has done along this corridor, the railroad just gets thrown in, and they've never contested, never answered any correspondence. They just don't care. It doesn't really have any effect on their
Right.
costs.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Is there anything else? It's public hearing. Okay, seeing nobody approach. Move out of this public hearing and move into another public hearing, item 4. Receive public comments on the rezoning of a certain parcel of land from single-family residential R1 to general services C3, consisting of approximately 1.745 acres more or less, located north of West Pinkley Avenue, west of North Fourth Street, and south of West Pima Avenue in Coolidge, Arizona.
Again, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council, this did go before Planning and Zoning last week, and it was approved. We did take into consideration the citizens' comments around there, and we reduced this area to now reflect that. We're not going to rezone the 2 residential lots above. The large 2 lots are the ones that we're going to only concern ourselves with the rezoning.
Okay, so I have a question. They're still going to annex those 2 that are going to stay in the same zoning they're in now, which would be residential, correct?
Yeah, the 2 are still, they're going to be stay residential lots, yes. He's just going to clear those lots, demo the old house, clean it up. He's already started the cleanup on this lot here.
So on that one, he could come back in and ask for it to be rezoned to something else at a later time.
The other 2 lots?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, in theory, yes.
Okay, now, when that went before P and Z, was it for this picture or for the one that I got in my packet that had those 2 included on top?
Yes, this is what we took to P and Z, and we explained to P and Z that we're not going to annex that. We're not going to rezone those 2 upper lots. We're taking those off, and that's reflected in your legal descriptions now. They didn't have time to change that depiction. Correct, Norma?
Yeah, Mayor Thompson, if I could.
Go ahead.
All right, yeah. I want to tell you, when I started looking at this was just a little bit confusing because, you know, on the, when I look at the public hearing portion of this and I reading it, it includes all those properties. And the staff report includes those 2 properties on Pima Avenue as well. But then when I get over to the action form, it excludes one of the properties on Pima Avenue, but leaves the other one in. And it says removed R1 lots, but it looks like there only shows 1 there. But then when I went to the ordinance only describes the ordinance describes just the Pinkley Avenue lots.
The Pinkley Avenue lot, yeah.
So, yeah, so I mean, when I was going through it, you know, like I said, it was just a complete mess.
Yeah, that was the original intention. Then the citizens came and talked to us, and so Jim agreed to leave those lots off. So we had to make some last-minute changes with Norma and with council and with the council packet. So I apologize for it being
Right,
out of order.
and again, I don't know, you know, having 2 lots sandwiched in between 2 residences, changing the zoning on those to commercial, I wasn't overly thrilled about that because, you know, I mean, I kind of know, I've kind of been there where, you know, you get something shoved down your throat and you didn't want it there, so.
Well, we took the citizens' recommendations. They weren't happy with it either. So Jim wants to be a good neighbor, so he had no problem taking it out.
Okay, That's great, thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody out in the public?
Mayor, we did have Mr. James Allen sign up as a public speaker.
Okay,
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and the council. My name is Jim Allen. I actually own the residence at 441 West Pima, which is directly, if you mind, I can approach and show you the
go
lot.
ahead.
I actually own this. My mother is a longtime resident, Charlotte Allen, for the last 54 years. So I actually took ownership in order to help improve the house so that she could still live there. She has no interest in leaving at this point in time. So my question, my concern with the other residents that live on that block was the idea of, I'm gonna use the word of spot zoning to actually take and put that in the middle of that zone, that residential, put a C3. So that was kind of the discussion that I asked that Mr. Garrett would remove that, and he agreed to. And also to leave the alley open behind our properties. Now, we did agree with Mr. Garrett that he could block the alley at the corner of his property and my property. Was no arguments there. That was kind of a discussion we'd had, and I think everybody agreed upon prior to the meeting last week. So I appreciate you taking consideration to leave that residential at this point while it's still residential and being actively lived on with the house is still there. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Anybody else?
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Kathy Sinks. I own, and I live at 411 West Pima. This has been quite something. Excuse me, I've never been before anybody. Oh, sorry, thank you. I've never been before, had to do something like this, so got my notes, and I hope you'll bear with me. I am at the other end, if I may.
Go ahead.
This is Jim Allen. I am down here. These are the two lots. This one has already been leveled because there was a bad house there. And they finally took that down, made the neighborhood safe, thank you. But there is a home there currently that had just been rented. So I do know that Jim intends on leveling that home, which concerns me. I'm worried about the trajectory of this whole project he's got going. Has he done an impact study? Has he even asked all the neighbors around there if they want a car lot in the middle of the neighborhood? No one I know is happy with that. Some of my neighbors just bought their home 6 years ago. They would have been here tonight, but dad has to work and mom has 3 little kids at home. But you'll hear from her. You know, I live there. I've been there for 48 years. And all of a sudden, this is happening. 3 years, I'm retiring. Really? This is where my great-grandchildren are gonna come? And my grandchildren? You all know me. You know I have children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. This home was owned by my mom. Before that, my best friend's family. And I just feel like, woo, let's pump the brakes a minute. You know, when you're gonna put a car lot, and across the street, the city has all their things that they got going on for all the families. My daughter takes her jumpers down there for the city events for all the kids. This is a neighborhood. And then one house at a time has been chewed. That lot that is next to Jimmy is dirt. You know, you drove by. That tree that had been there for 100 years, that was in good shape, is now not there. Are we gonna have more of what's behind me on Pinkley? Believe me, Patty Higginbotham has warned me what is in store for me. In and out, and in and out. And every one of you remember that once didn't sell on Pinkley. And that family lived with those cars going in and out. If you want to do a Google map, global, you can see it. And it happened all the time. I don't want to be that person. I want you just to take a minute before we do all this changing of things and before we mow down another home. We don't have enough affordable housing for families. Every one of those lots have a backyard, a front yard. Every one of those homes that exist now have been worked on. I've been working feverishly, if you'd like to see my construction bills, to bringing my home back up to what it should be. And I just think, whoa, hear us out too, and let us know what's going on in our community. And what's going on? Do you guys know about all this? The houses? Did you drive by that lot? Is that what's gonna go on their cars? Or is it gonna be a machine shop right up against his mother's home? Just pause a minute. Coolidge is not looking aesthetically pretty. Don't we have enough car lots on the boulevard? That's my piece, people. Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, seeing nobody approach, then we'll move out of this public hearing. And we will move into another public hearing, item 5, to receive public comments on the rezoning of a certain parcel of land from agriculture to general industrial consisting of approximately 18.08 acres, more or less, and located near the northeast intersection corner of South Highway 87 and East Randolph Road in Coolidge, Arizona, APN 401-21-013. Larry.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council, this is called, we're calling this a Stinger Bridge and Iron rezoning. They approached us, they want to develop and expand their operations to this area. They bought the whole parcel, the whole parent parcel, but they're only wanting to rezone that subject site there. They're expanding operations, they're kind of out of room for different things, so they bought that land and they started moving dirt. We caught them, we stopped them, said, you guys can't do this. So they came back to us, they got with Mr. Hanson, and we started the rezone. This did go before P and Z, it passed, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, they got going a little early. But I guess they've got it all straightened out now.
We're working that way.
Okay. I don't really have any, do you have any questions? Anybody have any questions?
I just got a couple of comments. I was kind of surprised when I saw this because, they've been out there and they've been working on that property. They've been moving dirt and everything else, and I was kind of surprised when I saw this on the agenda that they were now coming in and obtaining rezoning on the property. And I don't want to discount at all what Stinger has done out there. I mean, they've built up a huge business out there. They do, and I think they do a great job. They bring a lot to the city. They bring jobs to the city and everything else. It's just the kind of the way we're going about this. I mean, they were already out there and they're already building retention areas and everything else, and we haven't even rezoned, and so we don't even know what the site plan is, but evidently they do.
Yeah, we're currently reviewing the site plan, so that'll be taken, be reviewed, and then also the billing plan, so they're following through with what they need to now.
Yeah, because like I said, it's just kind of like putting the cart before the horse.
Oh, it was, exactly.
And, because we are still dealing with that just on the other side of the railroad over there with Growers Ag. I mean, they're still over there, and it looks like they're still operating from what I can tell. I drove out there over the weekend. And so, we don't, and again, as I said about them the last time, we don't want to, we pretty much have set a precedent now because we're letting folks go ahead and start improving something when they haven't even gone through the process yet. And we don't need to do any more of that because it's just not a good thing to do, and it's not a way to start out because, you've got to go through the process and everybody's got to follow the process. You can't get ahead of it and just plow forward.
You're exactly right.
Okay. Is that it? Anybody else? No? Okay. If there's nobody else, then we will move out of. Oh, yeah. Anybody from the public want to comment on this? I don't see anybody from Sting around here. So, are we okay to go now? Can I go now, Dennis? Okay, thank you. We're out of that public hearing. We will move into call to the public. Does anybody else have anything they want to address the council on any other issues? If so, come on up to the podium. You've got to give us your name and your current address, and you've got up to 3 minutes. Okay, not seeing anybody approach. We'll move on to that, and we'll move into, okay, approval of minutes, discussion and action. Item 6, City Council regular meeting, March 9th, 2026. Item 7, City Council regular meeting, March 23rd, 2026. Item 8, City Council budget meeting, March 23rd, 2026. Are there any corrections, comments, or issues with any of this? If not, I would look for a motion to approve.
Mayor Thompson, I move to approve items 6, 7, and 8 of the minutes.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. That passes. Now, we'll move into the items for consent. Before I do that, is there anyone on the council that wants to remove any one of these items for individual consideration?
Mayor Thompson, I'd like to pull item 14.
Okay. Anybody else?
No, sir.
Okay. And here we go. Item 9. Consider approval of entering into an agreement for purchase of furniture between the City of Coolidge and Agati Inc. for the purpose of acquiring courtroom furniture for an amount not to exceed $86,194 for the Coolidge Municipal Court. Item 10, consider approval to purchase new crime scene and accident reconstruction equipment from Fargo Technologies, Inc., a sole source provider, in the amount of $82,801.49 for the Coolidge Police Department using awarded legislative funds and approve expenditure of said funds. 11, consider approval of entering into an intergovernmental agreement between the Coolidge Police Department and the Central Arizona Police Department for field training services. Item 12, consider approval of entering into an intergovernmental agreement for multi-agency special weapons and TAC SWAT team between the Pinal County Sheriff's Office and the City of Coolidge Police Department for participation in the Pinal County Regional SWAT team. Item 13, consider approval to unfreeze capital sales tax funds for an amount not to exceed $23,000, and approval to enter into an agreement for installation of AC units between the City of Coolidge and Gary Hoffman Heating and Cooling LLC for the purpose of installing 4 AC units at the police department, waiving the sealed bid process in the best interest of the city, and authorizing the mayor to sign the necessary documents. Item 15, consider approval to unfreeze capital improvement fund, the CIP funds, in the amount of $45,780, and approval to enter into an agreement for block wall and flooring installation between the City of Coolidge and GLEZ General Contracting LLC for the purpose of installing block wall partitions and ceramic tile in the Kenilworth Park bathrooms, waiving the sealed bid process in the best interest of the city, and authorizing the mayor to sign the necessary documents. And item 16, resolution number 26-07, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the City of Coolidge, Arizona, adopting the development fees established in the land use assumptions, infrastructure improvement plan, and development fee report, and setting an effective date thereof as required by ARS 9-463-0.05.
Mayor, if there's no further discussion, I'll make a motion we approve consent agenda items 9 through 13 and 15 and 16 as read.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion is second. Norma?
Okay, Councilmember Hudson,
Yes.
Councilmember Saavedra,
Yes.
Councilmember Bagnell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Murieta,
Yes.
and Mayor Thompson.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Item 14, consider approval of entering into a cooperative purchasing agreement between the City of Coolidge and EUSI LLC through a City of Globe contract for consulting services in the planning of the expansion of the wastewater treatment plant for an amount not to exceed $22,000 plus direct expenses, and approval of task order number 1, planning and facility improvements, authorizing the mayor to sign the necessary documents. Mr. Navarro?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Be happy to answer any questions you have.
Yes, Mayor Thompson, Mr. Navarro, just wanted to find out, so since we're looking at expanding, evidently we're getting close to capacity. How close are we to capacity right now?
Okay, so we are getting close to capacity. Right now, we're sitting at about 1.1 MGD. Our capacity is 2 million gallons per requirement. We need to actually start constructing a plant at 1.8 million gallons, which is our trigger point. With the impact fee study that's gone through with the numbers with population and everything, we're looking like that's going to be year 2029, maybe 2030 is when we're going to have to build a plant.
Okay, so then, and how large of a swath of land are we talking about when we have to do this?
So right now, we've gone and we've been doing some investigations on what it's going to take to build this plant. We do have an original plan, but it's outdated by 20 years.
Sure.
So the footprint that we have now at our plant, we can use that footprint. We've taken away a piece of land for the regional park, but as long as we don't use any more of the land that's there, the farmland, and we keep that within the city, we can keep our footprint there for the mechanical plant that we're going to have to build.
Okay. And then on the expansion, I know with the impact fees, that's only supposed to be for new, but this would count as new, would it not? When you're expanding the sewer treatment plant because of the growth of the population?
So this was what the large hit for the impact fees was for. It is for the expansion of the wastewater plant. Projections show that in 10 years, if we developed as we're projected to develop, and we'll bring in about $53 million. Our projection for the plant is somewhere around $90 million, so there's going to be a shortfall on that. We're also currently going through a rate study that we're getting close to the end of it. I had a conversation with Ben Griffin from Tish Bice. He also did our impact fee study. We're guessing that currently what we're paying right now is about $15 a month per household for sewer. He doesn't have a good solid number, but we're guessing that number is going to increase probably around 175%. So we're looking anywhere from $37 to $45 to actually catch up because we haven't done a rate increase since 2008.
Right.
And that's going to be the suggested. It'll come before council. There'll be different options, what council wants to do, council wants to move forward, that what you want to do. You can do all, you can do nothing, you can do partial. It breaks down what projects need to happen in this rate study, how we're going to pay for this future growth. It essentially boils down to, we can either build a plant and we can continue to develop, or we will be stale in development. We can no longer develop because we can't allow any more sewer to come into the city.
Sure. Okay. Well, thank you. You answered all my questions. Perfect explanation.
Now, Ben, did you say that the plant doesn't have to be built by 2029?
We'll have to start building by
Start building.
2029. So that's what we're looking at, the projected numbers as population comes in and as more water goes into the plant. So we have to start building. So at 1.8, that hits our trigger that we have to start construction. So it's about 2 years to go through the process to plan and get your design together. Takes about 2 years, and then we'll have to go through funding, whether we can do with USDA, maybe GATA. There's different types of funding that we can go through, and it depends on the type of plant that you're using to get on the construction schedule and everything. But it's about a 3-year process from start to finish to build a plant.
And the figure that you gave us is gonna cost, you said, $90 million?
We're looking at about $90 million.
And is that today's prices or prices in 2029?
Well, that's today's prices. In 2029, then it goes up. Just from last year to this year, construction has gone up 6%. So I mean,
10%?
it's gone up 6%.
6%.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you're looking at that 3 years down the road, that's 18%. So, I mean, you can wait longer to build,
Another
but
$2
there's a
million,
cost.
probably something like that.
Yeah.
And how long would it take to build it? And just guessing, I mean,
About 18 months.
18 months.
About 18 months to build. We're running a lagoon system right now. We'd be going mechanical. Like I said, the design that we have is outdated. We're looking to do an aeration basin type plant, which will keep our footprint small. And we're looking to design it so we can do what we need right now and go from a Class C to a Class B plus. And then we'll set it up to where we can add on to it in the future, so we can go all the way to A plus, and if ever comes the time, we can go to direct potable reuse.
And the capacity we have now, that would handle all the plats that have been approved, that is on file. That's not gonna be adding any new development.
No, that's no new development that comes through. So, the capacity that we have, we're able to assign capacity above what our current plant can hold due to the design that we have. But at 1.8, we have to start building a new mechanical plant.
Okay, thank you, Ben.
Mr. Brown, you know there's a lot of work that's got to go into it, and there's been no final decision, and that you've been out running around sewer plant hopping with friends of yours, looking at the finest examples that we can find, but well, there's a good chance that we can utilize some of the buildings and things that are already standing out there now, correct?
Yeah, so that's part of this planning process. We work with Paul Hendricks and his group all the time. Paul's been with us for quite a while. They took over the plant when there was a mass exodus from the city, and they've helped us grow. So we're looking to include every possible building and everything we can for any kind of cost savings. We're planning for the worst, and we're hoping for the best kind of on this. So we're looking to incorporate the building that was built in 2006, that's there, that's just sitting empty. We're able to use our headworks, which will be a huge cost savings. Our main lift station, we're able to use that and incorporate that into the planning. So we're incorporating all these aspects into the planning and not wiping them out and starting over from scratch. So this will be a real big cost savings. In the Superstition plant off the 60 and Ironwood, they just did a 1.5 million, or no, 3 million gallon expansion, and it was about $120 million for the expansion that they did. We talked to Town of Marana. They're still in the planning phase for their expansion, and they're upwards of around $130 million. We've looked at a couple of different types of plants that you can do. We've gone to the town of Surprise, and they are running aeration basins over there with different types of aeration using jet motors and whatnot. So there's a lot of good options out there, but we're looking for an option that works for us, that's affordable, that we can maintain, because we have 4 people at our plant that are gonna have to maintain this. So we're gonna have to do a mixture of an older technology that we can maintain and that we can train people to use, along with the newer technology, so we can actually keep an eye on it and have our SCADA systems, which can keep an eye on it 24 hours a day when our guys can.
Thank you. Yep, I was aware of a lot of that, but thank you. I don't think some of these guys were, and they need to be updated. And as long as he's sitting there, there's Paul right there. He's helped us quite a bit. He's the guy that helped straighten out the plant when everybody quit. I think we had, what, 1 employee left, maybe?
For a short time,
Yeah.
there was 1 employee left, yeah.
Yeah. And then we retooled, and it's in pretty good shape now, though.
Yeah, there's a lot going on at the plant, and there's a lot coming forward. When I bring the information for the rate study, that's when I'm gonna bring more information about the building of the plant, about our manhole problems that we have, our gigantic CIP list that we have that includes all of these costs. So there's a lot of things that are coming with the wastewater plant with just the expansion. It's a lot, And we've been working on it. We've been trying different options for this expansion for about 3 years to keep from going mechanical, but there is no way. We've worked with ADQ, and there is no way we can do any kind of engineering to stay lagoon. We're going to have to go mechanical.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anybody? Go
just
ahead.
one follow-up. So currently we're lagoon, and with this expansion, we're gonna go mechanical?
Yes.
All right, so now, and then will we still be using the lagoon at that time once the mechanical's done, or will we be phasing it out, or how does that work? Just curious.
We'll be phasing out the lagoons. Our initial thought right now is that we'll go mechanical with these aeration basins, and that we'll use the lagoons as retention for now. We'll still continue to give water to the farmer so they can water the crops and everything. We are in drought. They appreciate the water. We like giving it to them. But going to a mechanical plant gives us more options besides just giving our water to the farmer.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Vice Mayor? No? I think you've done enough damage as it is. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, Ben, appreciate it.
Mayor Thompson, I move to approve item 14 as read.
Okay. Okay. All right, Norman, now, you can. All in favor?
Aye.
No, but there's a resolution, we already dealt with it, right? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we'll get out of there. Paul?
There wasn't enough sewer talk.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. Briefly, I just want to say, we work with a lot of communities, a lot of different districts and things like that. And Ben and Zach are among the most committed city employees in the utility area that we work with on all the different companies. You're very fortunate to have these guys committed to doing a good job.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Now we'll move into business under regular items. Item 17, ordinance number 26-01. An ordinance of the mayor and the city council of the city of Coolidge, Arizona, rezoning a certain parcel of land from single-family residential, R1, to general service, C3, consisting of approximately 1.745 acres more or less, located generally north of West Pinkley Avenue, west of North 4th Street, and southwest Pima Avenue, which is legally described in Exhibit A. And before we get going on this is the one I would like to, I'm not really comfortable proceeding with this. The packet information that I received and I looked through wasn't very correct after listening to the hearing tonight. I would like a chance to look at this a little longer. I don't know if any of the rest of the people.
I would like to have a proper paperwork presented, because right now, the way that it's presented to us, it's like we're gonna be approving for the two pieces on FEMA, and I too am not comfortable with that.
That's understandable.
So I would like to table this matter.
Agreed.
Yeah, we'll get it cleaned up and bring it to the next meeting.
So, do I need a motion to do that, Dennis? Do I need a motion to table it? Vice Mayor, you want to make a motion?
Make a motion to table item 17.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Table item 17, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Thank you. Item 18. Ordinance number 26-02, an ordinance of the mayor and the city council of the city of Coolidge, Arizona, rezoning a certain parcel of land from agriculture to general industrial, I-2, consisting of approximately 18.08 acres, more or less, located the northeast corner of South Highway 87 and East Randolph Road, which is legally described in Exhibit A.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council, happy to answer any questions.
Anybody have any questions on this one?
No, that's just Stinger, right?
Okay. Well, then I'm going to need a motion to act.
Mayor, with no further discussion, I make a motion that we approve ordinance number 26-02 as read.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Norma, are you gonna?
Councilmember Bagnell?
Yes.
Councilmember Saavedra?
Yes.
Councilmember Hudson,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Murieta,
Yes.
and Mayor Thompson.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Item 19, consider approval of entering into an agreement for purchase of aerial apparatus and sales agreement between Fire Trucks Unlimited and the City of Coolidge Fire Department for the purchase of a used 2021 E1 Typhoon 100-foot platform for an amount not to exceed $1,725,000, and waiving the sealed bid process in the best interest of the city, authorizing the mayor to sign the necessary documents. And Chief, the only question I have, and I think I solved my own answer, but,
Okay.
and I know you mentioned this, but in this, again, in the packet, there is an agreement, a sales agreement with this organization for, I think it is $1,495,000.
Correct.
Yep, and then when it comes to us, it's 1,725,000.
Yes.
So there's $230,000 difference, but that is for shipping, right?
So with the purchase of this vehicle, we'll have applicable tax, we'll have shipping, and the color scheme that currently is on the vehicle will need to be changed to match our color scheme.
So that's
Correct.
why.
So, right, so the eventual total price of the purchase of this vehicle will not exceed the 1.745 that we currently have available to purchase a vehicle.
Okay, well, that cleared up my question. Does anybody else?
So 1725 or 1745 in the packet? In the packet, it says 1725.
So $1,725,000, yes, will not exceed that.
Anybody else? Okay, if there's nothing further, then
Well, Mayor Thompson, I just got a couple of questions.
Okay.
You know, when I'm looking at this, you know, I mean, this is 2021.
Yes.
First thing that comes to mind, why is the current company or department that's using it, why did they get rid of it after 5 years?
Because the department that it came from, the new chief that took over that department did not like this manufacturer and this type of, or this model and manufacturer, and so he put it up for sale and bought a Pierce manufactured vehicle of the same type. So now this vehicle that we are looking at purchasing is a 100% rarity in the fire service. Vehicles like this never come up for sale, especially only 5 years old. This has 10,000 miles on it. The aerial device itself, which is the aerial that goes up and down, has 25 hours on it. We would use that aerial more in training than it has on it in use. And so this department's lack of understanding of what they actually had is our benefit.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, that was the first thing that popped in my mind.
Sure.
Why were they getting rid of it?
And that was my first question to the dealer when I talked to him about this vehicle.
And then this, the warranty,
Yes.
it's a 1 year warranty and not to exceed 15,000?
Correct. This is the warranty that's coming from Brindley Mountain Fire Apparatus, where
Right.
the vehicle is located, but it also has a transferable manufacturer warranty from E1 for the balance of the hours and time left on the vehicle.
Okay.
So technically, we'll have two warranties. We'll have a manufacturer's, and then we'll have the warranty that's available to us from Brindley Mountain.
And a fire engine of this type, what does it run new? Or what would it run new, or what did they pay for it new when they purchased it?
If we were to build this vehicle in today's market, it would be close to $3 million.
And do we get service records with it too, or?
Yes, we do.
We did, okay.
We get all service records, we get all certifications, because there's certain, there's a lot of components on this vehicle that have to be certified. The pump, all the mechanical aspects, and the aerial device. We'll have all the certifications delivered that come with the vehicle. And if the certifications aren't done, they will be done before we take possession of it.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you.
Hey, Chief, I had called Ben earlier today about this agenda item.
Yeah.
And he told me about the reason why it was 2021 with that kind of miles on it.
Yeah.
And I did ask him at the time about sending somebody over there and inspecting everything, and he verified that. Jeremy went over there, looked everything over, and said the vehicle's ready to go, so.
Yep, Jeremy and I both went
Oh,
over
did you
there.
go with him? Okay.
Yep, and we flew out there. We put it through its paces. We put it on the road. We put the aerial up. We did everything, and this is a very solid vehicle. There's really we didn't find anything wrong with it, and we tried to find something wrong with it, and we just couldn't find anything wrong with it.
Yeah, every once in a while you get a diamond in the rough.
Every once in a while, you get lucky. Yeah.
Thank you, Chief.
Chief, did you make Jeremy climb up to the top of the ladder when you had it extended up?
Jeremy did not. I was the one that did that.
And you made it all the way up there?
I did.
Nice job. All right. Does anybody else have anything else?
No, sir.
No? Okay. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
I need a motion to,
No further discussion. I make a motion, we approve agenda item number 19.
is there a second?
Second.
Okay. I don't see anything in front of it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that motion carries. Item 20. Consider approval to construct an additional aerial apparatus bay at the Fire Department Annex located at 122 West Pinkley Avenue for an amount not to exceed $100,000, utilizing State of Arizona funding and waiving the sealed bid process in the best interest of the city. Welcome back, Chief.
Welcome. Okay, so this is the second part of the purchase of the larger vehicle. With the fire department's current facilities, this particular apparatus that we just approved to purchase won't fit in any of our structures. So we have to add a bay onto our annex across the street from the fire station. We already have funding that was given to us from the state of Arizona legislature in order for public safety funding. So the city will not be out of pocket any on this construction project. The thing is the current length of the annex is 46 feet, and the length of this, or I'm sorry, our annex is 43 feet. The current length of this ladder is 47 feet. So we need to add a long bay onto the annex across the street. Height-wise, it's perfect. It's we got 14-foot doors. The height of this vehicle is only 12 feet. So height-wise, it's not a big deal. We just got to build an extra bay that's longer. And we do own the land. That's where the annex is sitting. And we do have enough to where we can add a bay of about 53 feet. So that gives us a couple feet in front of it, a couple feet behind it. That way we're not kind of like, wedging this thing into a bay. We'll have plenty of room in there.
Well, I guess we got to put it somewhere. It costs a lot of money.
Got to put it somewhere.
Yep.
The current fire station we have, the lengthwise, it would fit in there. Height-wise, it won't, because our bay doors on our fire station are 12 feet, and the height of this vehicle is 12 feet.
Chief, I'm trying to remember now. It's been a while since I went through the codes, but is it 30 foot is what it says? Maybe Phil knows. He knows these kind of things. Is it 30 foot, then we have to have a ladder to get up? We were supposed to have a ladder truck to get up to the 30 foot, or is it, how many?
Anything above 35 feet requires approval by the fire department.
Okay,
Correct.
so those apartments on Sproul that they're building now, the three-story ones, are they over 35 feet? No? Just a little below? Okay. Okay, I'm just curious. All right, well, so if they're 34 and a half or 35 and a half, it'd still come in handy, wouldn't it?
it would still come in handy, yes.
Okay, I'm just double checking. All right, I just was curious. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, anybody have any questions? Need to vote? Need a motion, right? Or did we already
No
vote?
further discussion. I make a motion, we approve, item 20 as read.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Item 21. Notice of intention to increase property tax rates for the fiscal year 2026-27.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council. Here to answer any questions you have. Quick synopsis, we are looking at potentially increasing the property taxes if you're willing to do so. It would help with some future budget issues, keep some income flowing for the city. And really, it's just looking at the property tax levy itself. Valuations have gone up. We have some more homes and CAC and some things in town that will increase that levy naturally, but an increase is probably necessary for some future projects, potential staffing increases, things like that for the future. The maximum we can increase is by 2%, which would require a truth and taxation hearing. The maximum we can increase without such a hearing would bring our levy to $2,623,165, which is an increase of about $654,000 from our current year's levy. That would increase our rate at 0% in terms of taxes per household. If we don't make any changes, we are looking at a potential decrease in household tax rate of about 24.9%. If we increase by the maximum allowable, it would be 2%. Those are just kind of the basic numbers. We're not necessarily deciding those numbers tonight. It's just really declaring our intent to potentially raise that tax levy.
This just gives you the option to do that if, in the future. This is just, everybody has to publish this. We do it every year.
This is just a notice that
Yes.
possibility to increase the sales.
Yes.
Correct.
And when was the last time we increased it, property tax, not sales tax? When was the last time we
2025,
increased the property tax, what's that?
2025, last year.
2025. Yeah,
What-
we just, how much did we go up? We just went,
It was a pretty small decrease.
Yeah.
It brought our rate from, I think it was 155, 156 per household up to just under 160.
yeah.
I don't think we'd raised it before that for years.
It looked like it only raised once or twice in the prior 5 or 6 years, and it wasn't by a lot. It's just the
I don't think it was
the
that,
per
I don't think it
household
was that
rate
often.
changes, you know,
It was probably about 15 years ago, too.
yeah.
Okay, so this isn't a vote to do that. This is informational. You got a notice per statute.
Yeah, it's basically us letting the public know that we may increase taxes. We're not necessarily making any decisions on that tonight. It's just broadcasting that potential interest in doing so.
Mayor Thompson, if I could, what are we looking at right now? Maybe James could better answer this question, as far as building permits go, from last year up to this year. What are we looking at right now? I mean, I'm sure that's been decreased, but I just like to know if you can give us an idea how much.
We are down, but we're early in the year, you know. If you look at a point of time from January to now, we're down about 65%, as compared to 2025, but that's compared to the whole year. So, you know, they're picking up, D.R. Horton, and Heartland. I think we've issued about 10 of them to them just this week, with the Sundance 3 coming online and Gateway continue to going. It's looking like it could be better, but I don't think we're going to be that far behind last year's.
Right.
Once it's said and
Okay.
uh,
done.
All right, thank you. Yes, because I'm just, you know, when we're talking about this, you know, I mean, it seems like we're still growing. We're not growing as fast, but we're still growing. And just after what Mr. Navarro just told us about the sewer and the expansion on it and everything else, you know, things are just going to continue to go up, up, and up. So, yeah, I think it's a good idea to go ahead and post the intention to increase, because I just think in order just to stay even, we have to do that, and as long as we're continuing to grow some, it's gonna spread that out over the new homes coming in, and it's not gonna, probably affect the individual homeowners that are already here as much as it would if we were in a period when, we weren't growing at all, so.
When's the next time that you have to notify us or we have to vote on this?
So the final vote would take place, I believe, at the end of June, and then potential approval would be, I think, the first council meeting in July.
I think a lot of things are kind of going to depend too on what the legislature does with the freeze. If they're going to freeze fees and, everything, freeze everything for 4 years and then take away our ability as a city and town and even the county in some circumstances to generate revenue, if they're going to do that, that's another thing to consider too.
Definitely.
So we'll know certainly we should have a better idea in June what's going to happen with all that. So, because we won't have another shot to do anything if they bring that law in and put that into effect. We'll be dead in the water for 4 years.
Correct, and the maximum we can increase is 2%, and if we don't increase this year, that increase is lost. We can't catch up. So that's another thing to think about as well. And we don't have to go the full 2% by any means, but any amount below 2% is a percentage we can't catch up on for future growth.
Well, it's been my experience sitting up here, you're never going to catch up anyway until it stops. And it's probably not going to stop here. Everybody that you talk to moved here because we have the least expensive houses, and that's not changing.
Hopefully not. Two other kind of positive things we looked at, this is only increasing the levy itself, so as more homes and properties come on the tax roll, that's going to lower the burden on an individual. Along with that, Mr. Lopez and I were doing a little research. It sounds like the county's taxes are going to go down a little bit with the incorporation of Santan Valley. So it's kind of a clever year to create an increase. We're not going to see a huge burden on the taxpayer compared to, say, if we did it last year, 2 years ago. Taxes are going to go down a little bit here in Coolidge with the changes at the county. Right now is probably a good time to bring things back to where they already are.
You guys always also take a look at the evaluations, the property values here. If they rise up, the taxes are going to rise with them. Did you figure that in and take a look at that?
Not yet. The calculations provided to you all are based
I was
on
just curious.
state mandated calculations. We
That'd
can't
be
really
nice to
fudge
know
those.
that. I mean, but I'm just saying.
Sure.
And it'll all change anyway, but still,
Certainly.
that's something to look at.
So do we need to give direction or take a vote, or what do we need to do?
Let's just,
Just give direction, or?
Yeah.
Okay, then I would like to make a motion to authorize staff to post notice of intention to increase property tax rates on the city website and publish in the Casa Grande newspaper.
Second.
okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Looks like that's carries. Okay, report from mayor and council and manager. We'll start down here with the vice mayor.
I don't have anything to report.
Okay. Councilmember, well, Steve, go ahead.
I have nothing to add.
Go ahead.
I have nothing.
You? Okay. I just wanted to comment real quick. I didn't get a chance to go out to the Easter egg thing out at the Kenilworth Sports Park. I did drive by there coming back in from the fly-in, and it looks like it was pretty well attended. I mean, that place was just packed with people. I mean, I just couldn't believe it. I thought, geez, So, I mean, I can kind of understand why we need to, look at this regional park a little bit more, because I think we've kind of outgrown that, but still a lot of money, but we need to be looking towards the future and offering people the amenities that they need. But looked like they had a great turnout. Just wanted to comment on that and compliment Parks and Rec for the job they did on that. Real good. Thank you.
The event was over in 1 minute.
Yeah, it didn't take long. Gilbert?
Yes, Mayor, thank you. Just in regards to HCR 2016, which is the one you spoke about that freezes moratorium, right now it's not moving. So we're hoping that's the way with the calls that we're giving to, Representative Lopez, Martinez, although they're holding the line for us and not letting it go forward. They probably don't want to move this right now because it's an election year, so I don't know if they're going to do that because everybody's opposed to it from city standpoint, of course. So that one is out and it's still being held, so that's good. And then there also is the budget process the governor is going through with the legislature. So she's basically said, you send me anything right now before we discuss the budget, I'm vetoing it. So there's nothing moving right now. They're waiting to hear kind of an impasse, so they're going to be, and we're also looking at potentially a bill, that'll come up to bring the state's budget in line with the big, beautiful bill that was passed in the federal government. It's called a conformity bill. So that was proposed a couple times. The governor vetoed it. It would have cost the state about 400 million plus. And she may negotiate it down to 200 million, depends. So we still have that out there, but I think, we'll look at, see how we can absorb that. So there's still some things out there, but we're watching it very closely with the legislature and making sure we stay on top of it. Also, I attended the Pinal County Scholars Award ceremony on Friday. We apologize because the notice didn't come out to everybody till Friday because we didn't know about it till we got it, but we sent it out as soon as we could. So I attended, and we had 3 students from Coolidge Coolidge High School that got scholarships. So a couple of them got $1,000 scholarships, and one that was undecided got a $500 scholarships. But the other 2, one was ASU and the other one is U of A. So it was interesting. And then, so we also got recognized Coolidge was for being a first event sponsor in 2007 since then. So that was nice. We got this little plaque. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. So it was a nice event, well attended, and that's all I have.
Event formerly known as the Cesar Chavez event.
Yeah, they changed the name and everything, so it's.
Yeah, it looked like a reunion of Casa Grande people.
It was
When you look at the program.
Yeah. It was a lot of Casa Grande.
What are you talking about? Superior cleaned house on this one. They had
Yeah, Superior had.
They had
6?
3 or 4.
no,
7. 3.
7.
6, actually 6. Yeah, Superior had 6.
Probably a couple of ghost students they have there.
Probably know some of the family members.
Well, the whole class must have got one.
And then Ray High School got 1. So up in Ray, and then they had Mission Heights Prep. Yeah, they had 3. And then they had a different thing. They had an art contest, and they recognized students that did art. That was kind of cool. So they got recognized. So that's all I have, Mayor.
Yeah, they've had that before.
Yeah.
I got the notice too late. I had to go read to the students at Imagine School at night. And I was lucky to get off of that campus alive. No, that was a pretty good event. But I agree with, I saw the vice mayor out at the Easter egg hunt, knocking people over, and all the fields are filled up, and we're not getting any less kids. So we're going to have to do something, and I think we took a step in the right direction with that park. So I don't think people realize that even when I drive by North Park, there's always somebody out there throwing the ball or hitting the ball. So there's a lot of people here now using the facilities we do have. So if we have nothing further, I need a motion to get out of here.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Thank you for coming, everybody.